This is about trading with calm, discipline, and control. Let's go into charts. Good morning. So we hit both levels yesterday. What I can see, we did not move lower with the bands, and okay, so where are we at? We're actually at the same level of yesterday. We didn't even move up, so very happy that I didn't trade yesterday. It was a bit of a ranging market. We didn't move up that much, about 100 points. Yeah, the whole day we moved like 130 points. So that's actually a very small movement, even though for Nasdaq, that's definitely not in the range when we normally trade. A normal day has like 300 points move. So if we watch, so say Friday from last Friday, we started Friday somewhere here, okay, here. So this was Friday, so we got like a 300 point move. We only like had like a 130 point move from the highs and lows. So I would recommend again, we do not trade until we have a very clear direction. Now we're moving lower. We probably go to this opening gap. This is not a reach of that gap, this wick. We do need a full body in it. So we'll probably come close this today, but I'm gonna be patient until I see anything. If it's again the same like yesterday, we'll be okay with it. Like I said, it's holidays and it's normal that the markets are very calm also. You will see this come over and over again. So this is the reason why I said yesterday, we only take a trade once we see it very clear. Look, we're at 25,666 right now, so 666. We were at 25,700 yesterday, so we moved like 30 points. So this is actually nothing. So again, it's better not to trade in this coming week. I said it before we actually were doing this already. If we don't see a clear direction, we do not trade. Repeat it for yourself so that you do it unless we have a very clear bias direction or seeing where the market wants to not do anything. So we just made definitely a change in character to the downside. And I actually, when I got offline and I saw the move back up, I actually missed the fair value gap. We were here in the hourly, and I didn't see this one because it wasn't here yet when this candle came. And we actually hit yesterday an hourly fair value gap after a break of structure. And I saw this only when I got online later that day. So we had a break of structure right here to the upside. So if you would see the flip tool and you would take, this is the move. Oh, not that one. This one. So that was the move, the previous one. So you could see we almost hit that 50 level. But it was inside of a value gap, so this could have been a tap or was an entry to take it higher, and that would have been the TP, the first high, of course. Not the biggest trade, but that's the only thing that I actually saw that could have played out nicely. For the rest of the way, there wasn't much to talk about. So I'm happy that I didn't take anything in this market. We will probably go now to this opening gap and we'll see how we act off of this. I wanted to see this happen yesterday. We didn't, so we'll have patience and see what happens. What do we do now? We came into a small void here. We tapped it and we're now moving lower. Let's see how this closes. If this continues, like I said, it will fall to here. And then after that, we will see what happens. Not so eager to jump at anything because we're just ranging right here. Take your rectangle, just draw a box. And you can see we hit a high, we hit a low twice now. We'll probably come back to that low and then move further up. The only thing that actually is easy to trade right now is gold. It's up. That's the only thing that I can see. It just moved again. So we just took out all-time high and we moved another. We definitely made a new break of structure to the upside. That's 2.5%. That's hugely, even for gold. But if you see yesterday's day, this is yesterday's day. So a normal day has like 400 points. We can see each day is definitely 300-400 points, even those smaller days. This was a very, very small day, like 166 points. So before you start trading, you can set out two things. First of all, previous day high. Those are major liquidities. Oh, previous day high jump, not low. And then here, previous day low. Set those out immediately on the day. Those are the major liquidity pools of that day too. This could be an inside day. If we take out the low, we will see how it reacts, but still got some movement to go downwards too. So we still trade in that 4-hour value gap. We're still inside it. We didn't take out anything yet. We have buy side liquidity and we got sell side liquidity just below. So we can go still both sides at this point. Not eager to do anything, just gonna be here sitting watching and see if we find anything that actually has a clear direction or that it actually shows something. If we do not, I'm not touching it. Again, if we do not see a clear direction, I am not touching the market. I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I actually did not want to come online this week, just because of this. I've seen it play out before, so this is why I also say to everybody, take a week or two off. It's a good time to let your brain cool down, have a relaxation, less screen time, be a bit more doing stuff that you enjoy doing besides besides trading. Okay, let's take Forest Factory. Do we have any news today? You do need to do a few things, guys, before we start trading. So set session highs and lows out, set major liquidity pools out that you can see, and set out a time frame where you want to trade in. So for starters, I would recommend doing this. So what do I recommend doing? First of all, you take your line like this, and you set out a strict point of time. So say that you only wanted to trade from 7, so 8 o'clock in the morning, and say that you have like a window of 4 or 5 hours. I used to do this, I don't do it anymore, but so I want to trade till a max of 4 hours, say 11 in the morning. So this is your window that you got time. That's a 4-hour window that you got actually time to trade in. If you don't find a trade in those hours, just be done with it for that day and don't watch the charts. It will help you be more relaxed. It will help you be more calm. It will let you see that you don't need to jump in a trade immediately, that you got time, because 4 hours is it's a lot of time. If you can't find more than 4 hours, that day is just not a trading day. Believe me. This is something you can do. if you set those out and you set out previous day low, previous day high, and then sessions highs and lows. If you set out those, you got actually all major liquidity pools there set out. That means that you can actually find the places where the market is drawn to and also where it could react off. So this would be session low. So this is Asia low. Then you take your 12 o'clock, so that's Asia high. So if you have those sessions marked out, and we're trading London, so those are the most stuff that you actually need. So this is major liquidity pools, and those two are the major liquidity pools too. If you have those four set out, you have actually most things that you need in London session. You will see that the market is drawn always to these pools. Reason for is the market is, this is fuel for the market, so this moves the market in certain directions. I'll be waiting for my fair value gap to come out, my trading views to move, and before I do anything, so we all can see we're just ranging here, so nothing to do. We just be patient. We can take out Asia low, see how we act, or we go to previous day low. We touched we actually touched here a 30-minute fair value gap, so I want to see how we act off of this. Do we push through back to the upside? We can have some liquidity right here to jump back down. Let's see. Yeah, if I was trading, yes, I would long this. So I would put a long right here and put my stop into this. Morning. So we got a small shift here now. If we get a shift to the upside, and we can tap this for value gap, I would log this to this area right here. But the only thing is we got Asia low just below us, so we could just be building up liquidity too. I do want to see a nice push out of this before we do anything. Again, we're still at the same pace as yesterday, so we didn't move that much. That was a very small daily range. That's 130 points, so that's actually, look, 160 points we moved on average yesterday. If we do that again today, I'll probably don't trade even. I'm not eager to do anything, just letting the market do its thing first and see if we can follow along with it. Hear me clear? Well, a 4 hour base. So if you watch the 4 hour, we definitely got rejected on those highs. And we're making a new changing character to the downside. So we could fill this up to here. So definitely possible that we take the move up to this area and then start falling back down. To have a clear direction, we just need to be patient right now. Not much happening in this movement, so not eager to jump in anything. Already paid my 10 hour for this month, so I'll be see something. We're not willing to jump into anything right now. So this would be something that I want to see. So if we now have like a 5 minute tap of this one, we could long, stops at the low, continue up to the highs. But then we need that tap. We have now a change in character, movement. We touched the low, we came into a 3 minute for value gap right here. Probably that was a 3 minute. Yeah, right here. We got rejected off this low, so we didn't touch the lows yet. And now we're changing again. So I'll explain why this is also important. So we're ranging and we are beneath that 25 level. So in the ranging part, so this would be your range box that you have. Anything below 0.25 is good to long off. Anything above 75 is good to short off. So do you want to see this next 2 minutes close up here? And then if we have a retestament, that would be great to see. If we now tap it in the next 2 minutes and it closes back here, that's not something I want to be part of. This is what I mean. I don't want to be part of this movement now. Because this is rejections of this area. Okay, so I'll be patient. The next, I still need for Valley Gap anyway, so I'll take myself a drink. I'll be right back. If you have any questions, just drop it in the comments. Yesterday was a no trading day for me. We will see what happens today. The students that joined the boot camp, out of the 5 persons that actually fully completed the course, 3 of them already got funded. So I'm very happy. And most of the traders right actually started from zero knowledge. So I'm very proud of the students and what they succeeded. I just got a message from them that they both got funded last week actually. So if they're in here, congrats. You're doing very well. If this should have been a tab, that was something that I would enter. If we get this tab, we would take this. Yeah, if we tap this, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna just put a half hour into it. Stops at the low. Yeah, I'm gonna enter a long right here. Stops at this low. Aiming for the highs. If I'm incorrect, we can stop pretty soon. Asia low is just below, so it's definitely possible that we can stop. This is a half hour. I'm in a long. So 15 points, that's for 3 contracts. The reason why a half hour it's a 5 minute for value gap. These are less valid to trade off. Yeah, this could look like shit. Sorry for my language, guys. I'm not meant to say that word. Not something that I'm. Yeah, if we go up, I'm aiming for this Audi for Valley Gap right here. We got two, so we'll be looking at this one, how we act. If we're correct, we should move all the way up to this high. So that means that we could make a 1.2 out of this half hour risk. If we move up and we find some extra entries, I'll add to this trade. But for now, I'll just leave it like this. Once we start moving away, I'll probably put my stop pretty fast to break even. So once we hit point of interest number one, this is a 1 hour for Valley Gap right here. We have a small void, so we could act off of this and see, do we push further or do we fall immediately back off? Do we fall? We probably put our stop to break even, let it do its thing. It's only a half hour risk, so I'll probably just let this trade play out like it does. If we move up high and we take out like a session high like this one, if we take out this 1 hour, then I'll put one stop to break even. I don't want to see the market come back down after a move of 30 points to the upside because we only had like a 160 point move yesterday. That would be like a decent move for London. I'll just let this thing do let everything do its thing. So I'm not gonna watch the trades closely. I'm just gonna see in a few minutes what happens. I do prefer after a tap that it starts to move in our direction rather fast. If it doesn't happen like that, we're probably not on the right end. So we got about 20 minutes in this hourly candle. We see in about 20 minutes what happens. If it takes us out and we drop to previous day low, we're gonna be patient until this one is taken and then see how we act off of it. If it is an error. And if it goes straight to our direction right here, we'll be good. So we can see hourly is definitely moving lower. We've taken out the liquidity pool right here. So the major thing is now, does it make a retest off of it and then move lower? This is what I'm aiming for right now. We had a 5-minute shift, but it came back down pretty fast. So on a 15-minute, we can see we moved up nicely too. So it's definitely possible that we keep going up here. Like I said, I'll just let this play out. Will not be monetizing it and anyways. Like it's only a half hour, so probably be well, I'll take another half hour risk if I see a definitely good trade. If this doesn't play out, but for the rest, I'll just let it do its thing. Market is very strong and powerful today. I can see it immediately. So just let it do its thing, guys. This can take a while. If we see me move like yesterday, and so we were online in this area, so we didn't move anything. 2 hours we were here. We moved down into an hourly for Valley Gap. I actually didn't see it when it happened. And then we started moving, and it took us, how long did it take actually to move? So we moved 70 points in 6 hours. So that's not really something that you want to be part of. We're now in a half hour risk to the upside. We will see what happens. Stops. Here. This was an entry on a 5-minute base. So we had a 5-minute shift. That was a tap over for Valley Gap, and I entered on that tap. stand still fully. So this is the reason I'll be trading, just because of this kind of movement. So it doesn't really do much. So if it takes out this high and it moves up further, we could put our stop break even already, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna let this play out. If it gives me a half hour, it's a half hour. This will learn you discipline. So if you entered this trade with me, this is a good thing for yourself too. So what can it happen here for yourself? So no matter what the trade plays out now, I would recommend, if you're not one that actually is easy to leave their stops or TP, I would recommend doing this today. Just let this trade play out without any management. Just let it flow, or it will get. Be okay with every outcome that comes. Doesn't matter which one it is, just be okay with it. This will show you and learn you a lot of discipline, because discipline is needed in trading and patience too. So both of them are very needed. Now, most of the times, if we get we get an immediately V shape out of it and moves something like this in the next 5 to 10 minutes. If we don't get something like this, yeah, probably won't be a good trade. Doesn't matter, but still, for yourself, it's important that you can leave your stop and your TP. This makes you, in the long term, a good trader. Even though if it isn't a great trade, it doesn't matter. In the long term, it's good for yourself. And if you put it back to your entry, then you just got stopped out. I'm just, like I said, leaving the trade like it is. If it wasn't for all of you, I'd just close the book and not even watch the charts. This also helps you. If you ever feel like you're not in control of your emotions, or you feel uncomfortable at all at sometimes, I would recommend close your book if you're in a trade, your stop and your TP is set. If you don't feel comfortable, maybe use a little bit more, less capital. And just close the book and take a walk. Come back once you feel at ease again. And then you can watch the chart again. If you feel uncomfortable in a trade, ask yourself 2 questions. The first one is this correct what I'm feeling? Does it make any sense? Because if it doesn't make any sense that you're feeling this, probably it's not even correct. Second of all is there any logic about my trade that I'm taking it? If you can say yes to the logical part of trading, then you're okay. That means that you're actually doing great. If you cannot explain why you took a trade, then it's probably the reason why you're uncomfortable. And that's okay if you're not always comfortable. It's after a while you get used to it, but you still will feel it in most of the times. I'm not even watching the charts right now, so I have no idea what's happening. Okay, so it's still at the same level, not much happened. So I recommend to do the same if you feel very uncomfortable sometimes in a trade, to not watch the charts. It helps you relax. It helps you not get it prevents you from getting sucked into the emotional state that you can go into. It prevents you too to have. It helps you too to get more ease, relaxed, focus, and that's most of the times needed when you're in a trade. And it also helps you trust your plan because if you have a plan and you have evidence that it actually works, this is why we actually use a plan because emotions is a statement that you can get, but you cannot always control the outcome. In a plan, if you constantly follow the plan and you do it over and over again, at a certain level, you'll be able to repeat that process. And once you can repeat that process, that means that you actually know what went right and what didn't went right. So if you have your track records on your plan and you know it works, you'll be okay with the outcome first time, second time, third time, because you know in a long period of time it works. And you don't watch it at a minute movement or at a long tried movement. It doesn't even matter. It's just you know it works. And this is a good moment then to let your emotions out of trading. Let me take a look. So we're still at the same level now. Went a bit up, went a bit down, went a bit up, went a bit down. So this is the good thing. If you don't watch the charts, you don't see anything of it. So this is made to feel emotions, those candles. And the reason why they are there is because it makes you sometimes impatient. And if you're impatient because of the candles are moving, that means that you're trading emotions. And this is something as a trader you can never do. If you ever feel an emotion and you get stuck into it or you cannot let it go, you need I actually telling you to do this. You need to shut the screen down, read a book, do something, or go into a joyful moment that you had in the past or something, doesn't matter, or read something or do something that you get distracted off the charts for a while. Come back in about 5 minutes later and see if you still have the same feeling. If the feeling is gone, okay, and you still see the same trade that you wanted to take and it's accurate, you can take it. Even though if you have emotions and the trade plan showed itself, I would recommend not taking it either. The reason why is you're still trading out of emotions. You need to trade fully that plan with no emotions attached to it. If you can do that, you will be a perfect trader. Because this is a mental game, guys. It's not knowing how good your charts are or knowing how good your plan is. It's really a mental game. And the mental game is not an easy one to overcome. That's why a lot of traders do not succeed in this business just because of that mental game. And it's not easy to overcome it. And it's normal that you sometimes don't get it the first time. It's like riding a bike. Once you get it, you'll always get it. But at the beginning, you have a learning curve. And once you are past that learning curve, you have to stop learning and just have to start evaluating what is doing right, what am I doing right, what am I not doing not right. And if you can do that, you'll be profitable for a very long time. Look, yesterday we were here 3 hours and I didn't take a trade. Today I went in like in the first 10 minutes of the trading session. I was lucky. So if we keep moving, I don't want to see it come back to that entry. Like I said, I'm not going to manage it, but if you want to, you could move your stop up to here, to this wick. That reduces. So instead of having a point of 15 point, you only got like a 6 point stop then. Your entry is not yet possible. We came now in this void, so I don't want to see it come back actually, because this is the last small rejection that we could have right here. And you can see the difference in the candles too. So they're much smaller to the upside than the downside. So these were strong candles. This is less strong, but that is a retracement. You can see if we have a retracement, we probably have most of the time smaller candles than the actual move, that we want to have. But for now, just let the market do its thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do something different. If we tap that 1 hour POI, stop's gotta be entry, and I don't want to see it come back there because then we have open. We have open in 5 minutes, and I don't want to be in that part if it open comes. It's just open. I don't trade open normally. That's why. If I'm in a trade, I'll just let it do its thing, but I don't want to be liquidity because open can sweep London, can sweep Asia. That's right here, and I don't want to be. This is where our stop is. So we don't want to be part of that liquidity. We want to be in the right movement. That's why. So we're now in that hourly for value gap, or a small void where the hourly is just a